What is going on YouTube? Run and Gun Sports here, Ellis here, and we're going to be doing another news update review type of video. So start out with Cole Beasley announced on Sunday after the AFC Championship loss versus the Chiefs that he had played half the season with a broken fibula, which is pretty impressive and considering the fact that he had 82 receptions, 967 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the year. So he will be getting surgery on that injured leg. So we wish him the best and for a speedy recovery. Matt Canada has been promoted to the Steelers offensive coordinator. He's been coaching for 27 years. Will be his second year with the team. Kyle Rudolph will most likely not be returning with the Vikings. He is not willing to reconstruct his deal to make it cap friendly. The Vikings are negative $12 million in cap space. It won't be that big of a loss for the Vikings considering they have Irv Smith Jr., who has been very good the past couple of years. But Kyle Rudolph had 28 receptions, 334 yards, a touchdown. Irv Smith had 30 receptions, 365 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Bruce Arians announced that he would be coming back for another year at least, even if they did win the Super Bowl, which is interesting to me because I thought possibly he would retire as he already has before, and he's back again, so that's good news for Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. Shane Waldron was hired as the Seahawks offensive coordinator, the former Rams passing game coordinator. He has 7 years in the league, a two-time Super Bowl champion. Me personally being a Seahawks fan, I'm not sure if I agree with this so much. The Rams have never really had a good offense, let alone passing offense. Their run game has been mostly their strong part of their offense, but mostly their defense is why they have been so good and why they made the playoffs this year, why they were able to beat us in the wild card round. The Packers CEO on an update but talking about Aaron Rodgers' situation, he says we are not idiots. He is our leader. So hopefully, for Packers fans are hoping that Aaron Rodgers will be returning. Obviously, after the game, he said his future is uncertain, but I think he'll probably be back in Green Bay for another year. Jeff Wilson Jr. signed a 1-year extension with the 49ers. Eli Manning met with the owner of the Giants, John Mara, about joining the team as a coach or a GM. That will be interesting to see if he does come back. He's only been retired for 1 year. David Cooley hired as the Texans head coach. He coached college football for 15 years, has coached in the NFL since 1994 with multiple teams. I am really questioning this. He was a Ravens assistant coach, was his most recent job. Deshaun Watson obviously just officially requested a trade after the hiring of David Cooley. Not really sure what the Texans were thinking. Obviously, they had not gotten a coaching hire their last vacant head coaching job, so we can see what he can do and his coaching staff that he brings in. Zach Ertz has received plenty of interest from the Indianapolis Colts. Tony Pauline I was told Zach Ertz will not play for the Eagles next year, so most likely Zach Ertz will be out of Philadelphia, which is kind of a big loss. But Dallas Goedert, who had a massive year this year, that will be good for him to keep. Is if Zach Ertz leaves, not too big of a loss. The Colts can add on with Zach Ertz. Big Ben is willing to take a pay cut to stay with the team for at least another year, which is pretty surprising to me because after that AFC wildcard loss to the Browns, I thought that he was going to retire. Just him on the bench after the game, he was in tears. But he sounds like he is coming back and willing to take a pay cut, so that's just a true teammate right there. James Conner is going to be testing a free agency. The Steelers are also in a bit of cap space trouble, but James Conner could come back to the Steelers, but most likely will not be returning to Pittsburgh for another year. Nick Boyle was signed to a 2-year extension from the Ravens, took a pay cut, but he will be staying in Baltimore with Mark Andrews, one of the best tight end duos in the NFL right now. The Packers defensive coordinator will not be returning, this coming after their special teams coordinator was just fired. Their assistant special teams coordinator was promoted. But for me, obviously the Packers defense did struggle, but I think that Matt LaFleur has really costing some of his former staff their jobs That was a terrible play call in the game when they were down by 8 and decided to go for the field goal, and obviously it cost them. They didn't win the game. The Bucks are playing in the Super Bowl now, but I think that it was just a really coward move by Matt LaFleur. Shaq Griffin may not be returning to Seattle. He put out on a tweet, "There's no love here," so we'll be interesting to see with that. Shaq Griffin has not had the best year, kind of been injured a little bit, but just not his greatest year of play either. Matthew Stafford traded to LA for an exchange with Jared Goff and 2 first-round picks. The Detroit Lions will receive Jared Goff, 2 first-round picks, and a third-round pick, and LA will be receiving Matthew Stafford. This was actually a pretty good move. Matthew Stafford's a little bit old, though. Would be my only worry if I'm a Rams fan. But they need. I think they're just one big receiver, one elite receiver weapon away from being a Super Bowl contending team with that great defense of theirs. Obviously, the Pro Bowl is going on today. Right now, as I speak, the game was not able to be played, but I will be reading off the offensive skill positions for each team. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes from the Chiefs, quarterback Josh Allen from the Bills, quarterback Deshaun Watson from the Texans, running back Derrick Henry from the Titans, running back Nick Chubb from the Browns, running back Josh Jacobs from the Raiders, wide receiver Tyreek Hill from the Chiefs, wide receiver Stephon Diggs from the Bills, wide receiver Keenan Allen from the Chargers, wide receiver A.J. Brown from the Titans, tight end Travis Kelce from the Chiefs, tight end Darren Waller from the Raiders, fullback Patrick Ricard for the Ravens. That is your AFC offensive skill position players selected to the Pro Bowl. Here's your NFC now. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers from the Packers, quarterback Russell Wilson from the Seahawks, quarterback Kyler Murray from the Cardinals, running back Dalvin Cook from the Vikings, running back Alvin Kamara from the Saints, running back Aaron Jones from the Packers, wide receiver Davante Adams from the Packers, wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins from the Cardinals, wide receiver DK Metcalf from the Seahawks, wide receiver Justin Jefferson from the Vikings, the only rookie selected to the Pro Bowl this year, tight end T.J. Hawkinson from the Lions, tight end Evan Ingram from the Giants, and fullback Kyle Juszczyk. Those are your Pro Bowl players for the NFC team on the offensive side of the ball. Some unfortunate news surrounding the Seattle Seahawks. Chad Wheeler, offensive lineman, was arrested for assault on his girlfriend. She was pregnant at the time. Really unfortunate news. The Seahawks released a long statement. They said Chad Wheeler is no longer a part of the team. But some good news to end with. Jason Witten retires. He signed a 1-day contract with the Cowboys to retire a Cowboy, which is a really cool story and just awesome. And Ron Rivera is officially cancer-free. I'm going to try to put the picture up. He took a picture with him and his dogs saying, "We kicked cancer's butt." It's a great picture and great story for Ron Rivera. Led his team to the playoffs this year. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe and a comment maybe. Thank you.